Good evening, parents. Welcome back to an awesome parent boot camp here at Scotsdale. Tonight happens to be a special parent boot camp. As you are very well aware, we have had boot camps all this school year. It all began back in September. We've done a lot of academics. We've done some SEL with our counselors. Well, tonight's a little bit different. Tonight's a special night. As you can see, I'm holding one of our awesome cookbooks that we own here at Scotsdale. This one's called Simple Food, Big Flavor. It was written by Chef Aaron Sanchez. Chef Aaron Sanchez is definitely not new to Scottsdale. He has a family member here by the name of Mary Sanchez, our awesome third grade teacher. Well, tonight we're gonna take you in and have Aaron join us in what we call Happiness is Homemade. And I can tell you that we are excited about tonight because there's nothing like cooking at home with family, nothing like cooking at home with your daughter, with your son. So those of you who are at home right now joining us, we are hoping that you enjoy our event tonight. And let's just have fun. And I'll leave you with one thought. I have great memories of cooking and baking with my mom for many years. And to this date, she won't give me her recipe on her famous cookies, but I can tell you though that I have fond memories of just being with her in the kitchen. So we hope tonight you invest in your family and you invest in Chef Aaron here at Scottsdale. Have a great night.
Hello, Scottsdale cadets and families. It's Chef Aaron Sanchez here, your good friend. I wanted to wish everybody happy Thanksgiving. I know it's coming up very shortly. This is a great time to remember family traditions, rescue family recipes, and just engage people in your family. I think that's super important. Yes, it's a time to be thankful. Yes, it's a time to share food and story, but it's also a great time to learn about your family, right? As a proud El Pasoan, I'm so happy to be able to share some stuff with you guys and tell you guys how much I'm so proud of being from there. Yeah, I think about home, El Paso, all the time. I always use a lot of the inspiration from my cooking, from my family members that I grew up with. Every time I'm down there, I always go to my favorite restaurants because I love some of the traditional Mexican food that is so delicious there in El Paso. And, when you're thinking about cooking, guys, it's also a really good opportunity to use fractions and use a little bit of math when you're putting together recipes, right? So, because if a recipe's off, then it's not going to taste good. So you got to make sure you do that, all right? Super important. I remember growing up in El Paso, our family were all educators and teachers, and the most valuable commodity that we have in life is our youth. So I'm really counting on you guys to be good students and be good little people. I think that's extremely important. And while we're talking about that, I want to give a big shout out and thank you to Scottsdale's principal, Mr. Guzman. How you doing? I also want to give a big shout out to your third grade teacher, Mary Sanchez, who's part of my family. And I'm so proud to have her as my sister. And as we go into this next part of this year, it's an important time to remember to maybe, if you guys want to, start with a video of you cooking, right? And maybe you can share them with your classmates, or you can start to come together as a school and put forward a Scottsdale recipe book. And I get a chance to meet all of you guys very soon, okay? Lots of love, Scottsdale, lots of love, El Paso.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mary Sanchez from Scotsdale Elementary, here to cook with you, and my granddaughter Lola Zavala, who's also a first grader at Scottsdale. We are going to make a cornbread and chorizo stuffing that is a recipe of my brother-in-law, Aaron Sanchez. It's in his cookbook. We're going to start out with the chorizo. Those of you who got a basket got cacique, which is a really good chorizo too, but we get ours from the Sausage Man over on Tompkins and Fort Boulevard. It's so delicious and good, and you can't go wrong. There's not as much fat. So what you're going to do is you heat your pan up to about a medium-high heat. Let that pan heat up so that it just starts cooking the chorizo right away. You take it out of the casings and just let it start simmering for about 5 minutes. with those greases and the juice that comes out of the good chorizo, you don't want to get rid of that. You want to put your vegetables. We have celery that Lola's cooking, cutting up. I have carrots that I'm cutting up and some onion. We're going to saute those in the drippings from the chorizo. So we'll start cooking that. You'll hear it start sizzling in a minute. And in the meantime, we have our oven preheating to 350 degrees. Okay, and this is a fast, delicious side dish that we serve every Thanksgiving. And it's gone, this recipe has gone to San Diego. It is now in Montana. My niece has taken it everywhere she goes. She's gonna cook it this Thanksgiving, which is gonna be a little bit different, right, Lola? What's gonna be different about Thanksgiving this year? What?
Corona.
The corona. So what's gonna happen? Is everyone gonna be able to come?
No.
Oh, do you know where we're gonna have Thanksgiving this year? Out on the patio. We're gonna do it like the Pilgrims really did it back in the day. Okay, so the chorizo is starting to cook. And while it does that, we're gonna finish cutting our onions and carrots and then add those in there. It'll take about 5 minutes for the chorizo and another 5 minutes for all the veggies to soften. We also have our cornbread that we made, and it's coarsely chopped so that it soaks up all these good juices and the chicken broth. So let me start stirring that. And I like to use wooden spoons because it doesn't conduct the heat. And Lola and I like to we cook at least once a week, my granddaughter and I. So that's sizzling away. And then you can just leave your spoon there and it doesn't heat up. You can just pick it up. So let me cut. So we're gonna dice these carrots. And we decided to double our recipe. So Lola, when you double a recipe, what do you do? If it calls for 1 carrot, how many carrots do you put? If you double something. Do you remember? Well, how many eggs did we put when it called for 2 carrots? Good job. So 2 carrots. And we're going to put 2 stalks of celery if you double it because it's so good people want extra. They go back for seconds. Are you through? Well, here's another one. And we'll put that one in this bowl here. Okay, it's always good to have all your supplies right next to you. So Lola, what's your favorite thing about Thanksgiving?
Spending time with my family and eating the turkey.
Eating the turkey and spending time with family. Do you like going and cutting down the Christmas trees the day after Thanksgiving? Mm-hmm. Are you going to cut one down with me?
Yes.
Oh, that'll be fun. What are you thankful for this year?
My family and my friends.
Yes. For your brother
And my sister.
and your sister. What are you grateful for from your mom and dad? With your mom and dad when you think of them?
I like that my mom's pretty.
That she's pretty. Is she sweet?
Yeah.
Is she funny?
Yeah.
She makes me laugh. She's a good daughter. I'm grateful for her too. What about your dad? Are you grateful to your dad?
Yeah.
Why?
I like that he's funny.
He's funny too, huh?
Kind, sweet.
He's kind and sweet. Does he work hard for you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something to be grateful for.
He makes us breakfast.
Ooh, what does he make?
Eggs, bacon, coffee.
Does he ever make chorizo? No? Well, I'll tell you what. This is the best chorizo you'll ever have. And see, the good thing is it's not real greasy. It's just good. Oh, it's doing good. All right, we're almost ready. Now, I don't have the knife skills like your Uncle Aron, but I try. You can taste the love, right? What's your favorite thing to cook together?
Rainbow eggs.
Rainbow eggs. Do you remember how to make those? You want to tell everybody how we make those? What do we use? What's the secret ingredient? Food. Food coloring. Right? Good job. Okay, we're almost there. Good job cutting. I like your knife skills. Are you going to be a chef one day?
I don't know.
Maybe. What about your brother? Is he going to be a chef?
Of course.
Where is he going to be a chef?
You know.
Tell us. Tell everybody else. I know. Tell everybody else.
Shogun.
At Shogun. He likes that. That's okay. Just leave it there. I'll pick it up later. Okay. So I don't have good knife skills, but this is how my mom taught me. My dear old mom. Now, let me ask you. To cook this chorizo, in science, what part of science do we use? Do you remember? Heat.
Cold.
Energy, right? Heat, energy. Good job. Yes, heat, energy is what cooks it. And then math, what, like you did, you said double. That's math, isn't it? Times 2. You just did multiplication. Good job. So, we use math and science to cook, but when you read a recipe, what is that? When you read a recipe, do you remember what that's called? What kind of text? Procedural text? Is that what you said?
No.
Well, say it. It's a how-to, right? A procedural text? Good job. Okay, so this is about ready. And then we'll add our veggies. Yes, you may. What does a good cook do before she comes back? Wash her hands. Okay, so there's the carrots and the celery. So we doubled it. And then here is the onion. And it's going to be cooking in all those juices. And then I know that in your baskets, those of you who got baskets, we gave you 1 clove of garlic. But you can season it the way you'd like. I already had it pre-cut. You can buy it pre-cut. My neighbor gave me some. My neighbor Elisa, Southern, gave me some. And now we're just going to soften the veggies. And I'm going to get my assistant to butter a casserole dish. Just butter it on all sides so that it doesn't stick. There we go. And like Aron says, it has so many textures and flavors. It's got the meat, it's got the carrots, the vegetables, and then it's going to have the cornbread that we're going to toss after we cook it. We've crumbled it all up, and it's not very pretty, but I tell you, what I do is I cook it, then I crumble it up on a baking sheet, and I just cover it and put it above my refrigerator so that nobody sneaks a little taste of it. Okay, let me see. Let me go ahead. I'm going to get this ready to crumble. I think she's through with that. And a good rule of thumb is to always clean up as you go so you don't have a mess later. You just have a little bit to clean up and you'll be able to finish it up quickly. We have the cojita cheese waiting. We use cacique. Everyone got a little bit. And then we have the cilantro out. And you put that on after you bake it for 20 minutes at 350 degrees. Okay. These are almost done. Okay. And then we're going to add our cornbread to it. And you can crumble it up. If you see big pieces, just do it with your hands. You put a little bit of yourself every time you cook. Your oils go into your cooking. So that's why homemade is better. And I love just to use that Jiffy cornbread. It's about 75 cents a box. And you just use that, and I'll tell you what, it's just like Grandma used to make. Okay, you ready to put in the chicken broth? We're just going to wet it. We don't want it too wet, and we don't want it too dry. And we gave you Swanson, which is what my mother used to use, and we also like this bone broth. It's really good. It's organic. So just start tossing it in there. And then I'm going to get you to butter the dish right now, okay? Who here likes butter?
Me.
You sure do. Do you want to stir this up? Now remember, hold it. There you go. And I'll get your dish ready. And your butter is over here. Let me move this. And then you salt and pepper it before you put it in the oven to taste. Some people don't like too salty. I know my husband Spanky, he likes things a little bit saltier. Good job. And then we have, good job. Excellent. Let's turn it around. Let's see. Good job. Isn't it fun cooking together? I like cooking with you. Let me see it real quick. Okay. Yep. Good job. You want to butter the dish now? Okay, there's the butter. Get all the sides. Do you know why we butter a dish, Lola? So that the stuffing or whatever it is that you're making doesn't stick to the sides. That you get every last drop.
Even the spray helps.
Even the spray, right? But is the spray as delicious as butter? No, right?
I hate the spray.
No, you can't eat the spray. And I wonder, well, I mean, it's good. But I wonder what's in it, right? So, some fresh ground pepper all over. And sometimes I like to take corn and roast it on all sides and then take it off the cob and throw it in there too. That's good too. So we like just to salt to taste. How's it going? Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Do you want to put the rest back there? Excellent. You ready to put it in the oven? You can wipe that on your apron. That's what aprons are for. Well, I sure am looking forward to eating this with you and our family. Do you want to put some in there? Come on. Dish it on in there, girl. Good job. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Good job. It looks delicious, doesn't it?
Looks good with the sausage because I love sausage.
I do too. I do too.
I love it a lot.
Really? Is it one of your favorite things to eat? Here, let me tip it. Do you like cilantro?
I think so.
Did you know that this baking dish is made from a line of cookware that's Uncle Aron's that they sold at Mervin's, a store that used to be at Bassett. Okay, let's get it in there. You ready? Mm-hmm. Okay. Will you open the oven for me? Okay. Let's put it in. Put it in the center, always. And then let's set the timer. Oh, more math for 20 minutes. You want to cut it for me? Mm-hmm. So here, with this. Good job. Here. Careful. And you know, Tio Mario says you can use the stems and everything. People disagree on that, but here, you want me to do the rest? Oh, you got it. Good job. And we'll get some in the bowl too, okay? That's why it's fun cooking with you, because you make me happy.
It is fun cooking.
It is. What do you like about cooking together?
You can learn about science and math.
Science and math. Who's your teacher this year?
Miss Weaver.
Miss Weaver, do you love her?
Yeah.
Oh, you're lucky. Yeah, I do too. We have good teachers at Scotsdale. You love Mr. Guzman? He's sweet, huh? Mm-hmm. You love Miss Lopez? Mm-hmm. Miss Calderon? Did Miss Lopez give you a Shrek doll? Remember that? And we took it to the movies that time? Yeah. I saw.
But it's like this big.
Yeah? Okay. And then we'll just wait. Okay? That's been 20 minutes. Now it's time to take out our delicious cornbread stuffing. Oh my gosh, that is delectable. I'm glad we made extra. Now let's dress it with the cilantro. Will you put the cilantro on top, please? Be careful, it's hot. Remember that heat energy. Ooh, how pretty. Put more over here. Oh yes, perfect, Lola. And then our cojita cheese. And we like cacique in this house, right? Okay, take it and pinch it like this. Let me show you. Like that. Ooh. Oh, isn't that beautiful? We're gonna let it cool just a little bit. And then we'll take a little plate and some forks and sit down with a cup of milk and have a feast. Okay, one more and then you're good. Perfect, Lola. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Tell everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Enjoy your families.
Wow. Thank you, Ms. Sanchez. Thank you, Lola. And thank you to Chef Aron Sanchez. And looking at your chorizo and cornbread stuffing makes me remember my days of cooking with my mom and grandma during the holidays. Now, cadet families, it's your turn to share your favorite recipe with us here. We will be sending every cadet family a link for you to upload your favorite recipe, and we are going to be creating a Scottsdale virtual cookbook. Be on the lookout for this link. There is a deadline, December the 18th. We appreciate all your time and effort in making this virtual cookbook a huge success. Remember, cadets excel and happiness is homemade.